Let me start actually right now. So
Yes,
that's it. And
yes.
then to see if you want to like to edit some stuff or if at some point you have time to maybe do like smaller edits, like to have snippet of it. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
you
can
if
do
you
that for sure.
want to take the time. Okay. Let me just grab some tea and I'll be right.
All
Yeah.
right. How are you, Luz?
Good, good. You look great.
Oh, thanks.
I think I love how we're all kind of wearing complementary fall colors.
That's what I was telling to Maureen. I was like, we're all wearing fall colors. It's great.
How did that
I mean,
happen?
also because the background is green, I think we just
That,
went like, okay, what
well,
is the color?
I thought to myself, okay, this nice sage green, what will be good here? And also what will pop on
Yeah.
camera?
Yeah,
So
So
I think
yes, well,
I love it.
we're like a trio of autumn leaves. It's so good.
But I
Yeah.
was telling Marine that I was like so puffy this morning, like just like this, I
Ooh.
was like, oh my God, now. So I started like, doing a lot of like
Gua sha, you'd start doing
gua
the
sha,
gua
yeah,
sha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you
to
look
like
fantastic.
remove it.
Yeah.
And it worked. Plus
Yeah.
makeup, obviously. It's
oh, let me
not.
oh, interesting. Okay, wait. No, okay.
So tell us, do we shut up now?
Uh
I'm going to.
okay, so yeah, let's start the thing. I'm gonna okay, just have all my pages here. Here. Okay, I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna start the the live stream. So and I'll let you know. I'll start anyway, so I'll let you so I'll start the thing. Okay, live stream. Okay. So, hello everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to our LinkedIn Live event, Reclaim Your Power, Unleash Your Creativity. So, my name is Marine Assayante. I've been in New York for 10 years now, originally from France. I'm a film producer, screenwriter. I'm also a crowdfunding slash fundraising consultant. Hello, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to our link. Okay, sorry. We have an echo. So let me, okay, just a little echo, no worries. So my name is Marina Sayante. I'm a film producer, screenwriter, and I'm also a crowdfunding consultant, and I'm a creativity coach. And as a creativity coach, I help artists and non-artists to unlock their creativity or to help them be more creative on a regular basis. Now I'm gonna let Tessie and Luz introduce themselves as well. Tessie, if you want to go on.
Welcome. I am Tessie Errasti. I am an actor, writer, and a mental well-being facilitator, wellness. I've been writing a fantasy novel alongside my acting career, and I have found that through storytelling, we can gain emotional intelligence and develop self-love, a sense of belonging, and self-knowledge through archetypes and myth. And so I've been developing that work as a coach. And I'll pass it on to Luz.
Hi, I'm Luz Flanuz, and I help people free their voice to connect with the joy of authentic expression. And in my signature program, the Transformational Voice Academy, I teach people what I've learned from over 20 years of experience as a vocalist, composer, educator, public speaker, and coach. I'm a certified coach with an emphasis on creativity and somatics, which means I look at where creativity lives in the body and I help it thrive. It's my great pleasure to present today with Maureen and Tess. We hope you get great ideas today about how to leverage the incredible power of your own vibrant creativity. And that said, we ask if you learned something today and you share what you learned today with others, that you please acknowledge us by mentioning our names, mentioning this webinar, and this allows the work to flourish. And it also allows us to reach a wider audience so that we can do this again in the future. And by the way, this LinkedIn Live today is a preview of our upcoming summit that we're offering called Creatrix. And we're going to go deeper into these topics of how to unleash your creativity and live a more vibrant, authentic life. That summit is happening November 17th through the 21st, and you'll see the QR code on the background behind us. If you want to flash on your camera, you can enroll in that. We'll have some more information on that towards the end of the webinar. But with that, I'm going to pass the microphone to Tess Errasti.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, to begin today, I'll be guiding you through a brief version of one of my most beloved visualization meditations that I've been working over 10 years. And in this one, we'll journey through the Wheel of the Year, which is inspired by the Celtic tradition. So you'll be guided to connect with the changing seasons, the four elements, and your inner tree as a symbol of resilience and renewal. And along the way, we'll weave in gentle movements and somatic practices such as breath, swaying, tapping, hip circles, and other grounding movements to engage not just the mind, but the body and the soul, right? This will offer you the space to gently slow down, listen inward, and notice what messages or insights come through you. So I invite you to allow yourself to let go of any expectations and simply be carried by the rhythm of the seasons. So find a comfortable seat, either on the floor right now or on the chair you're sitting in, or you're seeing this webinar, and let your spine lengthen, your shoulders soften. And if it feels right, I invite you to close your eyes or keep a soft gaze on a spot in front of you if that feels safer. Let's begin with 4 deep breaths, 1 for each element. So inhale for fire and exhale, and feel the warmth rising in your chest. So let's inhale now for water. Exhale. And let your breath ripple gently throughout your body. Let's inhale for air. And exhale. Sensing the lightness in your shoulders, maybe sway slightly from side to side as if you were carried by the wind. And finally, let's give a little inhale for earth. And exhale. And feel your seat grounded, steady beneath you. Release the tension. Feel your body softening into a grounded presence. Now let's imagine a forest path beneath your feet. The trees part to reveal a clearing, and you see your inner grove, your inner forest, where a tall, luminous, and majestic tree stands. I invite you to place one hand on your heart and one on your belly, and gently sway your body side to side like the branches that are moved by the wind. You are here. You are safe. You're rooted, and you're supported. As your breath deepens, you notice the seasons shifting around your tree. Let's begin with the spring, the season of Imbolc and Alban Eller. Slowly opening your arms outward, bring your index fingers to the space between your brows and tap gently to awaken your inner light, welcoming renewal and balance. Stay there for a few seconds and release. Now the shift begins to occur again, bringing the intense green and flourishing vegetation and growth of the summer. Alban Heffen. I invite you to lift your face slightly towards the sky. And with your palms open towards the sky too, feel the sunlight warming your skin, filling you with a sense of vitality. Let's stay there for a few seconds, feeling the sun, and release. You feel a soft wind as we shift now into the harvest, Lunasa. Imagine holding a ripe fruit in your hands. What kind of fruit is it? Allow yourself to be shown inside. Now I want you to place it over your belly. This way you're honoring the abundance that is now flowing in your life. Take a few deep breaths and acknowledge how bountiful you are. Fill yourself with gratitude for every blessing that is in your life right now. Now let's move gently to autumn, the heart of Alban Ethel. Let your arms fall softly by your sides and imagine that leaves are drifting down from there. They're escaping your fingers to the ground the same way they fall from the trees during the autumn. And now reflect, what can you release now with love and compassion for yourself? What is no longer serving you? Take a few deep breaths as you release, as the leaves fall down from your arms. And exhale. And lastly, we shift into the winter, the time of Samhain and Alban Arthan. And I invite you to place each one of your hands on top of your knees and begin to rub them gently in a soothing circle. It can either be counterclockwise or clockwise. It doesn't really matter. Feel as you were near a fireplace, as you're feeling calm, warm, rested, grounded, and you begin to feel the quiet presence of your ancestors and your guides. Let their light be surrounding you. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, see your inner tree glowing with a color. Its trunk, branches, and roots are alive with the wisdom of all seasons. Notice what color is being shown to you, and allow that color to enter your heart and illuminate it with a soft glow. You will carry this light of your tree as the seasons go by, as a gift from the guides inside the sacred grove, the sacred forest. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Feel your feet on the ground, your seat supported, a sense of gratitude for the journey you just intake. And your breath is now flowing with ease. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. You can roll your shoulders softly. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So just like the seasons, you're continually renewing, always returning to your own balance. I'll leave you with a journaling exercise. What seeds do I want to nurture in myself right now? What can I give myself to nourish what I need? And here's an affirmation to you. Just like the seasons, I am ever changing, ever renewing. I am resilient. I am loved. Thank you for joining me in this journey. I'll pass it on to Luz.
Wow, Tessie, that was beautiful. I really, really enjoyed that. And I felt the Celtic traditions, and it also reminded me a little bit of the Native American medicine wheel. This is very similar, so beautiful. So as I stated before, I'm Luz Flanuz, and I help people connect their authentic expression with their voice. So what do you think when you hear that? What's authentic expression mean for you? And what's at the heart of authentic expression? I would say that it starts with, of course, honesty and speaking or sounding what is real for you right now and not what you think should be. It also involves embodiment, allowing the body and not just the mind to be part of your communication. And the voice then becomes a vibration of your lived experience and feeling. There's vulnerability, and that's the daring to be seen or heard without guarantees or without control. Connection, tuning into the space between you and your listener or the world so that your expression becomes relational rather than a performance. Freedom, releasing judgment and letting creative life force move through you. Breath, sound, words, movement in its natural rhythm. Sounds easy? Sounds hard? And there's no right or wrong answer here, by the way. I believe that authentic expression is an ongoing inquiry. It's a meditation and a self-study, moment to moment. And the way we begin is by saying yes. Saying yes to our imagination, our capacity to dream. So I just want to put out there that everything around you began in the imagination as a creative, authentic impulse that someone said yes to. The chair you're sitting on, the car you drive if you're driving a car, the house you live in, the clothes you wear. It all begins in the imagination. So take a moment to envision a dream that you have for yourself. Could be writing your book, could be creating your own business, or it could be something like taking a trip. Trust that first image, that first impulse that comes to you of that dream. And if you don't like it, change it. But I encourage you to really look carefully at that first thing that comes to you and commit to yourself. Because commitment, I believe, is where the magic begins. And so start to imagine that dream with all 5 of your senses: touch, taste, smell, hear, see. Make it as 3D as possible. So if what you want to do is to write a book, imagine the pen in your hand or the computer keys under your fingers and the way that that sounds, the pen on the paper or the tapping of the keys, the light outside as you write, the smell and taste of the coffee or tea as you write. And also the warm feeling when someone tells you how much your book has meant to them. Or imagine yourself launching your business with the happy faces around you to congratulate you and all the people that you're going to serve and help, all the people whose lives you're going to transform. And the trip that you're going to take, landing there, feeling that different air on your face, smelling the smells, seeing the people, seeing the landscape and the plants. What are you wearing in all these scenarios? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you touch? And what do you taste? Who are you with? Make it as real as you can, and then just turn up the notch a little bit more. Just exaggerate it. Maybe the way you did when you were younger on the TV, when you could turn up the colors a little bit more to make them a little more intense. Just make it a little more brighter, a little more intense. And now say out loud, yes. Yes. And notice how yes ripples through your body when you say it and you hear your yes. Yes, this is for me. Take a moment to say out loud, I say yes. I say yes to writing my book. I say yes to creating a business. I say yes to taking a trip. or whatever it is that you're creating in the workshop of your mind, I say yes to myself. By the way, you can write it down too, and that's great. But the science of vibration is really powerful, and if you say it out loud, and I hope you do, just know that sound waves never die. They just get smaller and smaller and smaller until we can't hear them anymore. So when you say it out loud, your dream, your desire, and your commitment is reverberating and moving all around you in sound waves. And your voice and your body holds the memory of saying yes to what you desire, to what you dream of. And in doing that, in saying it out loud, and setting it free, you become a little more free. So now shake out your arm, shake out your hands, give your body a little shimmy and a little shake. Shake that energy through you. And now that we've identified and said yes to one of our dreams, we can make some space for it. Kind of like cleaning out the closet. So take a moment to think of your typical day, your typical week, your typical month, and notice if there's something in your schedule, in your day-to-day, that's no longer a fit. Maybe it's something that's not aligned with that big dream that you identified. Maybe it's something that saps your energy or just makes you dread it when you think about it. Something that's taking away your valuable time, energy, resources, delight, and your glow. And trust the first thing that comes to mind again. And by the way, if you can't think of anything, don't be surprised, because this is how resistance shows up in the form of going blank. Because we're just as attached to our habits as we are to those old sweaters that we keep in the back of the closet and we never wear. So let me give you an example, and maybe that will help you think of something if you haven't already. So in addition to being a creativity coach, I'm a registered yoga teacher. And for the longest time, I was really attached to that image of myself as a yoga teacher. I thought it was so cool. And it is. But I was spending a lot of time preparing my classes, promoting them, posting on social media. And one day I realized, as I got to the yoga studio, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. Maybe I will in the future. But right now, my creative life comes first. So as soon as I released that idea I had of myself as a yoga teacher, I felt so free. And it started with me saying no. So imagine what you want to clear from your life and say no. No, I'm not a yoga teacher right now. No. No. I'm a no to spending time on the committee at work. I'm a no to volunteering at school or playing pickleball every week or singing in the choir. No. No. You've probably heard before that no is a complete sentence. So feel the finality, the strength, and the power that comes from your no. And feel how that might coexist beside your fear, your resistance, your unwillingness to let people down, your unwillingness to let go of this version of yourself. You can feel both. And now shake out your body once again. And imagine one small step you can take today toward your dream. Maybe you'll take the time you just cleared in your schedule to start writing or working on your business or planning on your trip. Nothing big, just one small baby step toward your dream becoming a reality. And once again, say yes. Yes. I say yes to writing today. I say yes to creating a business plan today. I say yes to blocking out some travel dates for my beautiful trip. I thank you for being with us here today. My name is Luz Flanuz, and I hope you continue to say yes to your wildest dreams. And now we're going to hear from Maureen Asayante.
Thank you so much, Luz. Thank you. Wow. So now that we all said yes, and that's amazing, we need to know what to do next, and what to implement to actually make it a reality. And that's more my area. So like I said, I'm a creativity coach, and I help artists and non-artists to unlock their creativity, or to help them being more creative on a regular basis. I'm going to share two powerful practical tools from the world of creative recovery, that are essential for every person, whether you call yourself an artist or not. As a creativity coach, I guide people in integrating these tools to finally unleash that trapped potential. Because for me, so the biggest misconception about creativity is that it's a talent you either have or not, and it's false. I think everyone can be creative, and I'm going to repeat that. Everyone can be creative. Okay, creativity is an engine, and just like any engine, it needs two things to run: fuel, that's the input, and a clear exhaust, that's the output. So I base my work on the method of Julia Cameron in The Artist's Way, that you probably know. It's a book that I love, and changed my life, really. I just love this book so much. This book provides two non-negotiable tools for managing this input and output cycle. So those are the morning pages and the artist date. So for the morning pages first, that's the output tool. It's a daily act of creative housekeeping. Think them as a trash can for your brain. The rule is you have to write them every morning, right when you wake up, as early as possible, right after you wake up. It has to be 3 pages, handwritten pages, and it can be literally everything that comes into your head. It can look, it really depends of people. There's not a good or wrong way to do that. It can be like a diary, or a to-do list, or resentment, of throwing up of random thoughts and negativity, something that if sometimes you can write, I don't know what to write, you just write, I don't know what to write, for 3 pages, and trust me, after doing that, you will know what to write, because that's a lot to say, I don't know what to write, for 3 pages. The rule is that no one can read them. No one is allowed to read them. Not even you. Like, at some point you might want to read some of it, but you don't have to, and no one else should be able to read that. The goal is really to get your censor, that inner critic that we have in our head, to let go onto the page, and to let out all this negativity and doubt onto the page. And so we're done with it, and we can start our day. And I think it's just amazing what comes out of it. Like, I've started writing my pages 15 years ago, and I wouldn't give it up for any reason. I If one day, like for example on the weekend, it's a little harder to write my pages, I just feel like blurry. There's something, don't feel awake, like if I didn't have my tea or coffee. I'm a tea drinker, so but it's just incredible what comes out of it. So 15 years ago, I was mostly working as an actress and director, theater director, and when I started the pages, I would have no idea that what would come out of it would be that I needed to paint. Like, it was inside me, and I needed to paint, and I start painting, and I start doing taking painting classes, and I loved it. I had to stop a little bit after, when I moved to New York, because of space, but um that's that's really because of the morning pages, because I would have no idea that it was inside me. So yeah, that's just an example, but it's just incredible, and I love this tool. The second one is the artist dates. So that's the input tool. I think for me it's a little more difficult, this one, than the other one, but it depends on people. So the artist date is about filling the tank with fuel. It's really hard to be creative if you don't absorb things around you. Like each art is inspired by so many different arts and things, and we get inspired all the time. But sometimes if we don't take the time to be inspired by other things, we don't have anything to give, you know? So how it works is that once a week, you schedule a time, a dedicated time, you block it on your agenda, typically 1 or 2 hours, to go on a play date with your inner artist, so with yourself. The goal is really to fill that tank with experiences, curiosity, stimulation, enjoyment. You are really feeding this your imaginative child. It must be solo. No one else is allowed. No partner, no children, no friends. It must be fun. It can be anything you like. For example, it can be just going to a supply store, art supply store, or a bookstore, or a church, visit a children museum or any kind of museum, wander through a vintage shop or a new neighborhood, just watch people in a new park, draw something. It doesn't have to be artistic, but just doing something that you enjoy and you really schedule this time and you have to do it. You block it like it's work, you know. And this can be also like good for antidote and burnout and routine. Um, so the thing that I found is that most of us and most of everyone is going to resist very hard, to those two tools and say that we don't have the time. I cannot wake up early in the morning. I wake up already super early. I'm very busy. There's no way I can schedule like 1 or 2 hours per week for my artist days. There's no way I can do that. So that's resistance, and I totally understand it, but you have it to make it a routine. And yes, you can wake up 30 minutes before or 20 minutes before, and I do my morning pages in 20 minutes. Yeah, I wake up early for that because I need it. And I wake up, yeah, at 6:30, so it's pretty early. It's decent. But find a way to do it. And same for the artist date. It's really hard to schedule time, but it's really important. Um, it will allow yourself to be just more creative and create on a regular basis. I don't even think about my morning pages. I just do it. It's I love it, and it's such a routine that it's just there. It's not an effort, you know. So, and that's where I come in as a creativity coach to help you getting through that resistance, to build a sustainable ritual, to provide the accountability and structure needed to turn this concept into non-negotiable, life-changing habits that unlock your creative potential, and allow you to take intentional action in your life and career. And during the summit, we'll spend time together, going deeper into the mechanics of these creativity habits, moving from theory to practical exercise. There's a bunch of exercise we can do, where you leave with actionable strategies and implement the morning pages and artist dates and other tools into your daily routine so you can actually be more creative on a regular basis. So yeah. Luz, if you want to finish or last thoughts.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. That was amazing, Maureen. I love what you shared about the morning pages and the artist date. And I had never really heard the artist date explained in that way. I guess I had when I read the book, but you know, when you explained it, it's like, wow, I can do people watching as an
Yeah,
artist date. That's amazing. How easy is it to be an artist now?
I know.
So thank you for that. So I hope you enjoyed this. For those of you who are participating and sharing in this LinkedIn Live with us today, we hope to present more of these going forward in the future, more or less on this topic, but we'll look at different aspects of how you can unlock your creativity even further. And in so doing, developing your own personal creative mission, your life purpose. So, and to that end, we also want to invite you to contact each and every one of us if what we said today resonated with you on an individual basis. You can contact us for a consultation, and our emails are up on the screen. Tessie.errasti@gmail.com, luz@flanewssound.com, and marineasayante@gmail.com. We're happy to hear from you. Also, if you point your camera at the QR code on the screen, that will take you to the enrollment link for on Eventbrite for Creatrix, which is our upcoming summit to unleash your creativity even further. We'll be going even deeper into the exploration that we started on today. So this will be 5 days for 1 hour a day. You can think of it as a lunch and learn type of seminar. It's 1 hour a day at 12 noon, November 17th, which is a Monday, ending on Friday, November 21st. And so the first day will be our opening ceremony where we set our intentions for Creatrix and where you'll be learning about some of the tools and practices and getting prepared for what you're going to learn. And then the following days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, each one of us will have our turns. So it will go, I believe, Tessie and then me and then Marine, sharing our expertise. And then the final day, we'll have our closing integration circle, and we'll give you some great tools and practices you can take away with in building your own creative vision and practice going forward. So again, reach out to any of us if you're interested in pursuing coaching with us on an individual basis. We have some really interesting offers that we can discuss with you. We're happy to talk about how our work might best serve you. And by the way, this Creatrix Summit is just $30. And that $30 is just one ticket, and that gets you entrance into all 5 days. And you don't have to be at every one. And if you can't make it one day, we will have a replay available for a limited amount of time. So that's something to think about as well. If you can't, if you're thinking that you want to attend, but you won't be able to attend on one of those days, you can always watch the replay later. And you can also attend just the days that you're free. If being there live, so to speak, is more important to you, that's available to you as well. But again, the QR code is on screen. Go ahead and scan it. The Eventbrite is open, and we would love to see you there. Let your friends know. And if there are questions that you have regarding what you heard here today, or comments that you have, or maybe even an insight that you want to share, we really love to hear from you. So please reach out to us either on our LinkedIn or on the email addresses provided above on the screen. It's been our great pleasure to offer this to you today. In teaching what we love, we go deeper into it ourselves. So it's such a divine gift to all of us to be able to share this with you and building a vision of a more creative, more beautiful, more bright world with you.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, and do what Luz said. So we're gonna end now, and yeah, let's keep in touch. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.